You know, I always hear people use this. You can't explain it in words. You know, it's an amazing feeling of unite, of being one. It's beyond body experience. I felt like I was able to move the energy up to the heart. My wife felt it as well. When we were together and I was able to move the energy, she felt it. I was shaking, she was shaking, and it was like, it was something different, something we haven't done any, like, never. And
Yeah.
it's also all the exercise that we're doing through the program. And I said to myself that I want to be a better husband, a better father for my kids. The love they show me, it's like it's a pure love, not because I'm asking for a hug. It's just when the kid comes to you and just want to hug you, like pure, without that you need to ask or something. Just he just want to show you his love for you, and that's amazing for me.
The Tantric Man Experience. Unleash your masculine power, passion, and purpose.
All right, guys. So we're back here again with another interview of the Tantric Man Experience. Today I have Felix, the awesome man from Israel. He's a very intelligent and creative man, husband and father, and working in marketing in Israel. So I had a really exciting time with him during this past 9 weeks, and I can't wait to dig into all the amazing results and outcomes that you achieved. But before that, let's start from the beginning, right? So first of all, welcome, Felix. Good to have you here.
Good to be here, Stefan. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. To start from the beginning here, like where did you come from? Like what were some of the things that you wanted to solve by joining this program?
I wanted to be like remove my armors. I think just to feel more comfortable with myself, to be more open, and in terms like sexuality, to have stronger erections as well. And I was looking for all different ways, and like I couldn't make it work by myself, and that's why I joined the program.
Mm-hmm.
And you provided tons of informations and the practices, and the practices are very important for me. And like I see it as part of the program. Just basically you summed up the long way you did with your road of discovering yourself and the mistakes you made, and you just squeezed it, these things that you believe that are working, and you just gave it to us, to others. And you basically like it's kind of a shortcut, just learning on others mistakes. And that's what's awesome. Just and the most important part for me was just to sticking to the practices and doing the work.
Yeah.
And
If you don't do the work, you can't, I can't magically push a button and everything is just changing, right? So you had that drive, you had that, ambition to actually put in the work. And that's why, it worked great for both of us. We were a good match,
yeah,
So I
yeah,
remember you had some doubts in the beginning coming into the program. On the first interview we did together was a bit, way back. I can't remember
yeah.
exactly when, but then it was like, oh, you didn't believe in certain things. There was some doubts or something holding you back. And then you waited a little bit and you came back for a second interview, right? And then it was like something clicked. And could you talk about that? What were some of the doubts and how did you overcome them?
So the first time we talked, and you said something about like that all the traumas are in us until the age of 7 or 8 as a child, and that's why we behave today as we behave, because we have all those traumas from the childhood. And I had like a hard time to relate to that. And I thought, okay, it sounds, but I don't know, because I believed like my childhood is fine and I didn't have any issues and everything is cool. and like, I don't know what you're talking about, it's not me, blah blah blah. That's the stories that I'm telling to myself to convince myself that I'm right. Then as I was starting to think about it and dig into it, I, like I said to myself, there may be something there. Let's explore. Let's just like remove my belief. Let's just go into it. Let's see what's up. And because what I did up until now, it didn't work, so let's try another way.
Mm. And how do you see on that now after going through this experience? Uh, how do you see on that same thing that you were doubting? You're holding on to your beliefs, saying like, you know, this can't be true, you know, and I'm right. And then things didn't work for you. You tried by yourself, right? And then you were like, okay, so the way I'm doing it is not working. What if there's someone out there that have, you know, done this before and it worked for them? And that's how we all progress in everything in life, you know, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we stand on the shoulders of others who already gone the path. And that's like the shortcut you talk about. Because if we can, like, as men, humble ourselves and be like, okay, I need help in this area, whatever areas there are, and we ask for help, we can shortcut, we can go there. So how do you see on these things now from the first interview?
So first of all, I'd like to state before I forget, you know that I love quotes very much. And one of the quotes that I heard, I think it was a CEO of a Lego company, and he said there is only one failure in life, and that is not to ask for help and not to give help. This is the only failure in life.
Mm.
And you know, and it's actually, it was like asking for help to go to people who already done this work, to have their failures and to know what to do. And for me, like, when I digged into the childhood, I found things, and I really felt that like I removed the thing that I was holding back, and it opened up.
So now you overcome some of that doubt because you were able to see some of that and open up in that, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I
yeah.
was able to open up, and it affected like in all areas of my life, you know. It like it affected on me as a father, as a husband, as a business owner as well. Just talking to other people, to meet new people, and be like really open about it, and like it really changed my mindset.
Can you talk about? Can you mention a few things of the changes you saw in those areas?
Yeah. So one of the practices that I think it's one of the go. Yeah, it's like in the beginning of the course when we're talking about our own vision and how we see ourselves, and just doing and reading this vision to ourselves every day until it becomes part of us. It really changes the mindset. It did it for me. Change the mindset, and the more you do it, the more you believe in it, and the more you act differently and you behave differently. And I think, because one of the things I probably, if I would do it for myself, I probably missed it, or you know, I will be like, I don't want to do this and stuff like that. But now, because I'm in a course and I have an accountability, and I know that other, like, I need to do this because I said I'm going to do it, and I don't want to disappoint others, because this is not who I am. I'm the person who said that I'm doing something, that I'm going to do it, and this is it, you know. And I believe that the accountability part is really important in the course, like all our group calls and everything. It's empowering, and it also shows you, and you see it by yourself, how other people are just like you, having the same issues, And when you hear somebody talks, you see, yeah, it was me like a few years ago, or wow, I want to be like that, I want to have that belief. And you like see a variety of the brothers, and it's really like as one, you know.
Yeah. And it's a rare place in this world today, and in the day and age we're living in, to have those like conscious brothers, so to speak, that's there for you, to support you and to understand you and hear you. You know, like, even though we have friends, many times it's kind of, you know, on a superficial level. We go out watching football, drinking beer, whatever. So it's like, it's such a rare place, and there's so much magic happening there, you know, when we allow ourselves to show up in such a place, right? And that's what you experienced as well. Like, I think it was one of your stronger things that you talked about, like, this group of people and the accountability. You're totally right there. Accountability has shown scientifically that it increases the success rate by 80% of doing something, having that accountability. That's a huge number, right? So that's what you experienced.
Yes, definitely. And I believe like also the way that you've structured the course, it is intensive. It has a lot of information, uh, but the way you structure it at the beginning, you're like the exercise that you give us are the ones that are designed in a way to help us move forward and do the exercises. Because like when we write the vision statement, when you read it, when we do the accountability, just reporting to each other that we've done something, and I think that all those things are increasing the chance and like helping to complete the program and just do the work. Because as you said, you know, if you're not doing the work, nothing will going to happen. And this is like the most important part, is doing the work and being accountable, be like, take the responsibility. We talked about it, and the ownership, we also talked about it, and just to do it.
Yeah. And about the ownership there, I liked, you know, you love quotes. You already gave one here. You gave a lot in the program. And one thing I really liked that you put out there was this analogy or quote ish, you know, of the sailboat. You know, like, you are a sailboat. You need to set the direction of where you want to go. You need to be careful who you invite into your own boat, onto it, you know, like who you go on this experience, this journey with. But also, if it's like windy or stormy, that, you know, you have the proper tools to repair the sail. Otherwise, you know, if it's broken, it's windy, you go off course, right? So, you know, you talked about that importance of having the right tools. So do you feel now more empowered having the right tools for, you know, setting your sail and repairing your sail?
Definitely. Some I know that I took from the program, there are some exercises that just first of all, I feel energized after I'm doing this. I feel more calm, more focused, and those exercises are helping me. And I'm like, I built it into my daily ritual. And because this is doing good for me, and like, why not doing this? And I do believe that it gives me tools, and I like, and not only sexually like related. When I feel like that I'm in stress or I'm out of focus, I can bring myself into a zone, do some meditation, do some counting, do some deep breath. If I need some energy, do some like in the morning, just to feel better, and it works for me.
Yeah.
So those tools are definitely helping, and I don't know, but I don't know like if I was doing them right, if I'm doing it, is there in a, like I didn't have anyone to ask, and nothing, and if it's the right thing to do, or whatever. And like you said, like with your experience, and you have tons of experience in terms of like yoga and teaching and tantra as well. And so from your experience, you know that, okay, this stuff works, just do it. You won't feel it like from the start, but like keep on doing, just open your body. You need to like open up, and then it will come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's so important. That's like one of the most important things for me, that, you know, I have someone telling me, you know, like, you know, do these things, but avoid these other things. Because, you know, like we talked about in other videos and stuff, it's like there's a lot of information out there as well that can actually be harmful, right? So we don't want to, you know, hurt ourselves and be in recovery. You know, we want to focus on energizing yourself, to optimize yourself, to develop, not to focus on like the things that can be dangerous, right? So that's, for me, is one of the most important things, to have that clarity and knowing like, okay, this is the path, and avoid these things. This is the shortcut, right?
Yeah.
So what is some of the like the biggest results, outcomes for you, if you would kind of list a few of them? What would be some of the biggest outcomes now after these 9 weeks?
Well, the biggest, so awareness. It's one of the biggest ones for me, is to be aware at any time, like bring myself inside, stay in the zone, and just go with it. Just be aware of what's happening. Just feel it. And like feeling like like enjoying the small things, is things that you like took for granted before. Just enjoy. Just when you kiss somebody, you enjoying the lips, you just feel it everywhere. When somebody touches you, you feel the touch all over your body. And because you're not focused on like, oh, come on, let's go. You're not that animalistic, just wanted to get off and just let's go and just go to sleep. You're actually enjoying the process.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and this is like one of the biggest benefits for me, is just to be able to, you know, just enjoy the road, just go with the road, just feel it. And like all the other stuff are there, but you just enjoy the moment. And this is for me one of the biggest takeaways.
And I know you shared some really cool things with your wife just recently with me. Is that anything you feel comfortable sharing, you know, and your experiences in that area?
Yes. So just me and my wife, I had a great experience where we basically, in our lovemaking session, we felt like we became one. And I was able to, like, it happened because I wasn't looking at her and judging her with all my, and like, with, well, and looking at her and saying, oh, what happened today, like with the kids and everything. It was like, it was all gone. I was just looking at a pure woman who I'm enjoying being. And that was able to unify us together. And when I saw that in her, she was able to see that in me.
How was that experience for you guys?
You know, like I always hear people use this. You can't explain it in words. You know, it's an amazing feeling of unite, just of being one. It's beyond body experience. It's really, it's hard to explain it in words. Seriously, it's hard. It's just, I don't know. Like I had
expansive, blissful.
It's like, for me, it was like united energy that just flows between us, and like it was beyond bodies. Bodies didn't have a meaning.
Yeah.
it was beyond it. I don't know the words to express that.
Right. Yeah. Out of body experience. Yeah. You don't
Yes.
have to express that, but yeah, I sense it when you say you can't express it with words. It means it's really deep, like it's a spiritual experience almost, right? So beautiful. I love to hear that. I love that you're able to get there, and experience that. It's such blissful thing, and it's like it's like self-development through another human being, right? It's like you enter that place together.
And one of the things, by the way, that was enabled for me to do that is one of the practices, one of the exercises that we do to move the energy up with our breathing. And it really helped me. I felt like I was able to move the energy up to the heart. And my wife felt it as well.
Hmm.
When we were together and I was able to move the energy, she felt it. I was shaking, she was shaking, and it was like, it was something different, something we haven't done never.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a new experience for us as well.
Yeah.
And it's also all the exercise that we're doing through the program.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you say that she felt the same thing. It's almost like you were so synchronized, and when you controlled, manipulated your energy in your own body and have this experience, it's almost like you transfer that on an energetic level, right, from your energy body to her energy body. And then it's kind of like you facilitated that space for that to happen, right? And she might have been there just like trusting and surrendering, and you were guiding it by guiding your own internal experience, and thus she followed because she was on the same boat as you, so to say, right? So amazing. That's really cool, right? And I know that you overcome some hurdles, some like mental ideas or things that you kind of, how to say, like patterns and beliefs that you had prior to that, right? And then you said, like, when I could drop these patterns, this experience allowed it to happen. Could like is that true for you? Like, could you talk about how did this program help you to see these programs and then drop these programs?
So yes, I'd say that when I was researching by myself as well, I understand that each of every one of us, we have limited beliefs, beliefs that are holding us, and sometimes we don't even aware of them. And like when we talked in the group calls, when we talked about things that like what's happening and why I'm not able to do this, we suddenly in the group calls together with you and the other guys, we're starting to, first of all, be aware of our limited beliefs. This is the first stage. And the second one is to break them and replace them with a new empowering belief. And that's like, I know, like you and me, like you did it. We talked about it in the group call with all the other guys, and you helped me to discover my beliefs. Like, what do I believe, and why do I believe it, and why it's not contributing and not helping me, and what is there's a better way to do it. And once I start seeing that in a different way, and believing in a different way, I started to. My actions were different as well, and that's what happened for me.
Okay, got it. And is there any like things, words of wisdom or anything you would like to share just freely with anyone that might be watching this?
Like the most important thing is to know yourself, and one way to know yourself is when you reflect your thoughts with other people's who can reflect you back what you're saying and will help you to know yourself better. the better you know yourself, the better you can um, empower yourself and improve yourself. And I think, like, for men who want to become better, the first step to start it with yourself. Like, and it can be really, really hard because you constantly trapped into your own head, and you're thinking thoughts to yourself. So when you talk to others, like-minded people who knows what you're going through, who's been there, who can direct you, ask the right questions, and to support you and give you a new point of view, that's really helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Coming back to that point of not only accountability, but being in a boat with people who believe in you and supports you, right? It's so important. It's like this saying that everyone's saying right now, you become like the people you spend most time with, right? The closest people to you. So if you surround yourself with people, friends, family, whatever it is, that, you know, doubt in you, or maybe, you know, are not believing in your highest potential, or not challenging you to become greater, it's like you get stuck somehow, because, you know, we kind of we think we are how other people perceive us, right? So if we never change our environment, we just stay in the same habits and patterns again and again.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool. So the last question, Felix, something that popped up here. I think I haven't asked you this before, but in the beginning, you said that one of the results was that you were a better father now. And
Yeah.
is that something like you could expand on? Like, how do you see yourself as a better father after this?
So one of my goals when I wrote the vision at the first time is just how what I want to become, like what's missing for me, what I want to improve. And I said to myself that I want to be a better husband, a better father for my kids, and reminding myself every day that this is what I want, and then doing something about it. Said, okay, this is what I want. So what am I going to do today to make that happen? And it basically was like an alarm clock that was telling me, okay, you want to be a better father, then go and do something with your kids. And, you know, don't be stuck on your computer or your mobile phone or whatever. And that was really able for me to really to take time and be with my kids, just traveling, playing games, teaching them new stuff, and like really enjoying that together. And it really impacts my life in a new, different way, you know.
Have you seen that in your kids as well? Like, do you feel like they react on
Yes,
how
like
you are?
the behavior, like the hugs, the love they show me, you know. And it's love. It's like it's a pure love, not because I'm asking for a hug. It's just when the kid comes to you and just want to hug you, like pure, without that you need to ask or something. Just he just want to show you his love for you, and that's amazing for me.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
That's so beautiful. Like it's so amazing that what you wrote down on your first goals and things that you achieved a lot of them. And I would say a big reason for doing that is because of your determination, how you showed up here. You know, I just show you the steps. You know, like take these steps, do these things. But you also came in. You were 50% of the equation here, or
yeah,
why you were able to do all that. So I'm really honored to, you know, hear this journey for you and to be, you know, your brother in this experience. So thank you so much, Felix, for showing up today. Is there any last things you would like to say? Anything?
and so I really want to thank you, Stefan. I really enjoyed your wisdom, your leadership to lead us, me, and us as men and who were in the group to get the course together, to lead us to guide us and helping us. It's really amazing, and I'm really grateful for that. And I really I wish you all the best to keep, just to push and just to help as much men as possible. And I'm really grateful for this, for this opportunity that I had. And I definitely know that I'm going back to review again and again the course, because it contains so much information, and just need to go and go and go. And as I said, for me, I just started my journey.
Yeah.
Although the course has ended, my journey just has been started.
Yeah. And now you have lifetime access, and you're always part of this group, and we're always going to be brothers here. So I'm excited to continue this journey together. So thank you, Felix. Been awesome to speak to you today. Take care and have a good day.
Thank you.